Hello. Today we'll be looking at the migration wizard when you need to migrate your data from Print Manager Plus 8.0 to Print Manager Plus 9.0. This is our website, printmanager.com, and you can go here and click on support and then click on Print Manager Plus 9 and go down to the category Upgrading and Data Migration to Print Manager Plus 9.0 Best Practices. And this basically will go over and explain what to do when moving your data over to Print Manager Plus 9.0. And the nice thing about upgrading is you actually don't upgrade the software. You actually do a full installation side by side on your server or workstation of Print Manager Plus 9, starting with your primary server. And this article goes into the steps you would take to install your new product, also goes over your old Print Manager Plus, how this must be upgraded or updated to the latest 8.0 version before moving on and installing 9 and running our migration wizard. Now, we're going to go over these steps, and then from there we'll show you the migration wizard and how that works. So, step 1, here you would install Print Manager Plus 9 on your new server. Step 2, choosing the primary installation. Step 3A, if you're running a Print Manager Plus 8 database via SQL on this machine, then select the first option, Local Microsoft SQL Express Database Engine. You would be using the same SQL Express server to generate a brand new 9 database. You wouldn't actually select your old 8 database. So here you would create your database on the SQL server. Here you would type in your domain service account, and you would use the same one that you're using for 8, as this has access to that database server. Here it would ask you to disable print tracking on your current 8 database, as that would be detected, and it would disable the service. And you'd begin the installation of 9, and you would finish essentially the installation of 9.0, and you would it would actually show you within Windows that you would have 2 different versions of Print Manager running. And you would open the 9 database or the 9 administrative interface. And then in here, it starts with the product migration. So we're going to shut this and we'll start that now. Now, the Print Migration Wizard is a separate application. It can be started from within the Print Manager Plus 9 interface. And you can actually select it in here, migrate from Print Manager Plus 8. And you can also go to your Start menu, All Programs, Print Manager, and in here as well you'll find the Migration Wizard as well. So, let's shut down this administrator. You can run it while it is open, but we're going to just run it separately. And we'll start the Migration Wizard. The best thing here to do is just auto-detect my database, and this will actually look for your latest version of your 8 database. So we'll go ahead and do that. And it's detecting the SQL server that's already on here. Now it shows you what is in your 8 database and what can be moved over. It's an upgradable SQL database created on 6/26/2014. There's 502 importable jobs found and 645 importable users found in 2 domains. And it gives you an estimate of how long the migration will take. This is a very small database. Larger databases, obviously in the millions, can take a few hours to get done. We'll click Continue. Here it tells you what you would like to import. And this is important. I mean, obviously the migration wizard, depending on how much data it's importing, can go faster and what you want to move over. So the first thing is import printing history, if you want to move all your history over. Import users and memberships, this is also a good idea as well. Import printers and cost settings, so it takes all of your 8.0 printers with all the existing cost settings and moves those over. And then general settings, such as default restriction messages, balance options, AD fields, and administrative rights. These two things at the bottom must be checked. Stop and disable Print Manager Plus 8 services. Stop and run import and restart Print Manager Plus 9 services. Obviously, we can't have the services on while the import is happening. Here you have some options. One or more users with printing history do not have any domain information associated with them. And this can happen from when you change your domain or change your server name in the past. In your 8 database, we track all of that. So this just asks what you would like to do with it. So here, place a user's printing in local printmanager.com domain. Assume the user was not part of a domain. Attempt to look up the user's domain and place them in the work group. And this can slow things down. Attempt to look up the user's domain and place them in a local printmanager.com if the user can't be found. So these are options you have because I'm importing an 8 database from a different domain. It defaults down to what it wants to do. In this part, I'm just going to assume the user was not part of a domain, or I could place a user printing in local printmanager.com domain, which maybe I'll just select this one, but it would be removed later on from Print Manager Plus 9 in the background, as these users are not part of this current test domain. And we'll start, and you'll know it's stopping the service on this current server, and then it'll start the migration. So we'll watch this as it goes along here. So here you can see the completed jobs, and you'll notice that it didn't fail on any of the jobs and users, groups and OUs, printers and profiles that have been moved over now. And we'll click Finish, and the migration is now completed.